Hi everyone and welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's great to be here this week again. Oh, there goes the dog. Somebody must have walked past. She's very reactive today. Sorry for the woofs in the background. While everybody is just finding their notifications that I've gone live, I'll just bring this up on my iPad so that I can see all your comments there. So if you bear with me while I just do that, and we'll get that up on there. There we go. Okay, and I'll also get it up over on my computer too in case we have issues with the iPad. I'll just bring that up over there as well. It's right over the other side today of the room because I needed as much desk space as possible today. I had lots and lots of things out on my desk. Oh, I have to mute myself. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. How are you all today? It's great to have you here. So let's see who have we got. We've got Rose. Hi Rose, how you going? Great to have you here today. Now, I don't know if these comments are coming up. Oh, yes, there we go. Oh, good. I thought for a moment the comments weren't going to come up on my iPad, but they are. So, all good. How are things down south, Rose? How are things down there? And what have you been up to? Did you have a lovely weekend? We had pretty quiet weekend. Yesterday, I caught up on a bit of TV with my son. We both like Star Wars, so we were watching the Obi-Wan series, and so we got a few of those in yesterday, so that was good. He and I are the only ones in the household that watch it, so yeah, we watched some of that together, which was nice, and just had a real chill day yesterday. Saturday was just busy pottering around doing things, but nothing too exciting. Freezing down there, Rose. Oh, it must be absolutely freezing because it's pretty chilly here too. And you're so much further south, so I couldn't imagine how cold it is. Yeah, we had a bit of wind around too. It's been quite gusty here and there, and we've had a few things blow over out in the yard. So yeah, but yeah, I've got some new projects today, or a new project today. And I've kind of we're creating on the fly a little bit. I've got a bit of an idea about what I want to do, but I don't have a sample to show you yet. However, I have just practiced with some colors in terms of coloring the image so that I could make sure I had the right colorations and things. So yeah, so it should be good. We'll see as we go along, and I'm sure that you can all help me as well. And I love it when you join in the creativity as we go. Hey Dimity, how are you? How are things up north? We've got far north, and we've got joining us today, and we've got the further south as well joining us today of Australia. So that's pretty cool, and others in between, I'm sure. It's great to have you here. So just this morning, well actually I've had a few orders arrive over the last few days, obviously not on the weekend, but before the weekend and again today, and I was going to play with something else and create a different project, and then when I saw what was in my order from today, I thought, oh, I want to use one of those new stamp sets. It's one that I've been wanting for a little while, so we're going to be using that. So I'll show you what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the very cute Forever Friendship stamp set. Have you seen this in the mini catalogue? Easy to miss it. It's towards the back, down the bottom of one of the pages. Well, I'll show you when we start crafting where to find it. But we are going to play with this one today because I thought that would be super, super cute. And I need some more thank you cards as well. So I thought we'll make some thank you cards today, or a thank you card at least today. Oh, it's a beautiful day up there today, Dimity. Oh, lovely. Very, very good. All right. So before we jump on in to our crafting today, and feel free to chat with me as we go. Feel free to yeah, to chat, ask me any questions that you might have, etc. Chat with each other. It's fun when you do that. So yeah, so we're just here to have a great time, do a little bit of crafting, relax. Hope you've all got your cup of tea or your coffee or your hot chocolate or whatever it is that you're drinking with you today as well, and just sit back and relax and enjoy today. And if you'd like to craft along with me, then feel free to craft along with me as well on your own projects, or if you have this stamp set, you might like to play along with this stamp set as well. We're going to be incorporating some DSP with this one as well as a couple of other products as well, and we'll see how we go. So that stamp set, the Forever Friendship stamp set, comes from the new July to December mini catalogue. Now, if you don't already have one of these catalogues, then be sure to let me know. And if you're here in Australia and you don't already have a demonstrator that you're working with, I would love to send one out to you. So be sure to let me know. There's lots of beautiful Christmas themed products, I should say, in there. There's also some Halloween. If you celebrate Halloween, then there's some nature inspired stamp sets and dies and all sorts of things as well. And then there's a few random ones in there as well, like this one, which we're going to be using today. So I'm excited to use this one. Really cool for retro themed cards. Oh, my tongue's getting tied today. Yeah, and all different types of themes. So yeah, so that's great. Hey Deborah, how are you? Great to have you with us today. And Judy's here too. Hi Judy, great to have you here today. Judy says, I'm halfway through reorganizing the craft room and laying new carpet tiles all by yourself. Fantastic, well done. How exciting to get your craft room all organized. That will be so nice once that's all done. You'll have lots of play space, so that's super exciting. Now, not only do we have the mini catalogue, but of course we've got our big annual catalogue. This is my big one, and you can see I've got all my sticky tabs in here to help me find things, and I've added my wish list to this one now because I had a wish list in it, and another one that I didn't have spiral bound yet because it was my original one. And then I took this one and I got this one spiral bound, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to move my wish list over into this one. So I've done that now too. So we've got those catalogues. Now, at the moment, during July and August of 2022, we have Celebration running, and Celebration is one of the biggest promotions of the year that that Stampin' Up run. They run it twice a year now, in January and February, and then also in July and August. So it is going at the moment, which is super exciting. And during Celebration, you can earn free product, which is awesome. That's why it's the best promotion of the year, because you can get those awesome freebies. Now, with every purchase of $90 or more, you can choose a free product in this Celebration. So it's with every $90. So if you were to purchase $180 worth of product, then you get to choose either two level 1 products from here or a level 2 product from here as well. So there's lots and lots of beautiful products in the Celebration brochure, and I've been showing these over the last few weeks, and we've done a bit of creating with some of these. There's a very cute Hippest Hippos stamp set, and there's also the hippo dies that coordinate, and we played with those the other week and made lots of a cute little scene, and then throughout the week I showed some other cards made with that as well. So each of those items are free when you purchase $90 worth of product. So that can be any product that's available in my online store or from any of the current catalogs, okay? And each of these ones are free with a $90 purchase. So if you were purchasing $180, or if you did two separate $90 purchases over July and August, then you could choose this one in your first order perhaps, and then the coordinating dies in your second order. Or if you're putting in a bigger order, which is $180 or more, then you can get both of them, which is super cool. Now, not only that, but we've also got some beautiful designer series paper. This gorgeous paper here. I think, did that come in my last order? Just trying to remember if that came in my last order. I'll have to double check that. So yeah, so there's a beautiful designer series paper that's also free. You can also choose that one for free with a $90 purchase. We've got some beautiful cards and envelopes, and these ones here, they coordinate with the Splendid Day Suite as well. You can use them with whatever, but if you wanted to coordinate them with the Splendid Day Suite, you can, as they have done here in the brochure, which is super beautiful. So that's another choice that you can have with a $90 purchase. Then we've got the stylish sketches, and I just got this one the other day, so I haven't played with it yet, but that's really beautiful. Beautiful sketched images there in that stamp set. Again, that one you could choose for free with a $90 purchase. We've got some designer series paper, which is this one here, which I did just get the other day actually. Where is that? I might show that to you later. Yeah, we've got that beautiful paper there as well. It's hard to see in the brochure, but it's got silver and gold spots and stripes on that paper, and it's got like a white base background. Again, that's another free option that you can choose with a $90 purchase. And then we jump up to the free products that you can choose if you're purchasing $180. So we've got this stamp set here, which is called the Amazing Phrases. That one just came in one of my orders the other day as well. Again, I still haven't used that. So we'll try and use some of these things over the next few weeks. We've got the Tree Lot dies. Again, these are free with a $180 purchase. Now they do coordinate with one of the stamp sets from let me tell you which catalogue. Yes, from the mini catalogue. They coordinate with the Trees for Sale stamp set. And you can see there's some cards there made with both of those coordinated together. So really beautiful. And my daughter Amber had a play with this on the weekend, and she has made a beautiful card with that I'm going to show you. I'm going to hold on to that one. I'm not going to show it to you today because we're playing with different product, but I'm going to show that in another week. We might even play with that next week perhaps. There's another one. So this one is free with a $180 purchase. But with this one, you get the stamp set and you get the beautiful designer series paper as well. I don't have that one yet. But yeah, so I don't have that one to show you, but that is beautiful. That's the Wonderful World stamp set and Wonderful World designer series paper. So they are very, very pretty. And there's some projects made with those. And yeah, and so they are the products that you can choose for free when you're shopping during Celebration, which is July and August 2022. And you can choose one of those products free when your order goes over $90 and or if your order goes over $180 for those level 2 products. So super awesome. So it is a great time to go shopping. Now, if you're shopping in my online store, you can find it via my blog, and I will have this down on my desk when I tip the camera down. When we go to craft, I will put the camera down on my desk. And you can find my online store 2 ways. You can go to my blog where you will find lots of other creative inspiration there, as well as PDF copies of the catalogues and the Celebration brochure if you want to check those out there too. There's also a link there to my newsletter. So if you're not yet subscribed to my newsletter, click on subscribe to my newsletter. You'll see that at the top of my home page on the right hand side. And then that will keep you updated with all of the latest Stampin' Up news. I put in there some projects, some creative inspiration, some ideas. What else do I put in there? I put all sorts of things in that newsletter, and that goes out every week. So if you'd like to keep updated, then check it out and try it out. You can always unsubscribe if you decide after a time that you don't want to be subscribed anymore. You're not locked in. So feel free to check that out. So, but if you're looking for my shop, go to my blog page, and then up the top you'll see a shop button. So you just click on that, and that takes you through to my online store. Or you can go to my Stampin' Up website as well. And you can click there also. Now on both of those you can click, you will also find a button for having a look at all of my upcoming classes and events. So check that out as well. So we spent some time on the weekend. That's one thing we did do on Saturday. We spent some time on the weekend scheduling out all of my classes for the rest of the year. So I know what all of our classes are going to be for the rest of this year, which is super exciting. So I run 2 classes per month, plus I have my cards and cuppa as well. The cards and cuppa is based around the Kits Collection kits. The other 2 classes are based around other products. So look out for those. I'll be advertising the next one this week, I think, on Wednesday. It's coming up. Anyway, the advertisement for the next one is coming up. I know what it is already, but I'm not going to spill the beans just yet. So I'll tell you about that really soon. If you are shopping with me, be sure to use my host code, especially if your order is over $75, because I will also send you a free thank you gift from me as well. So for shopping with me. So that's my July 2022 host code. So ZR29DFHT. That's my host code for July 2022. So be sure to use that one when you're shopping with me so I can send you a thank you gift as well. Now, the other thing I wanted to tell you about is if you are shopping, and we talked about if you're spending $180, and getting free items for that. But if you are spending $180, please think about joining my beautiful crafting community, because when you join Stampin' Up and join with my team, not only will you get a great deal, because you get the starter kit for only $169, but you get to choose $235 worth of product in that starter kit. So you're already getting $66 worth of product. You get free shipping on that as well. Now that is the standard offer that Stampin' Up gives all year round. It's always the same. Okay, but not only that, during celebration, if you join during July and August, during celebration, you'll also get this beautiful planner. Now it's really hard to see it here in the brochure, but let me show you in the flesh. I forgot to grab it off my shelf. Let me grab it off my shelf. Here it is here, this gorgeous, gorgeous planner. I've been showing this over the last few weeks. And I did a little Instagram reel as well, last week I think it was, on this, which I was going to post on Facebook, but I forgot to download it properly, so I couldn't post it on Facebook. But if you want to check it out, go check it out over on my Instagram. And if you're not already following me over there on Instagram, be sure to look me up. But this is a beautiful, beautiful planner, and you get this absolutely free. It's worth about $75. I believe, and I've put lots of extra things in there too, but you do get some sticker sheets. You get 4 sheets of the sticker sheets here. These are the ones that come with it. I've added in some extra ones that I had before from other things as well. So you get 4 sheets of those. I've added some sticky notes and things like that in my pockets, but you get the year at a glance, and this is an 18-month planner. So it starts July 2022 and it goes right through to December 2023. So it lasts a long time. Now, if you're not a planner person yet, then I'll just flip over to August and show you, because I'll flip over to September, because I've not written anything in September yet. So yeah, because I've started using mine, so I've got lots of things written up in there. So you get your month at a glance, and then you get your week at a glance pages, and as well as that, at the back you've got month in review. You've got blank pages there that you can use however you like. There's ones there that you can put little notes on. You also get in there, you get some list pages as well. I'll just try and find them. There they are there. Get some list pages. You get some planning pages, like goal setting and all that sort of thing. Or you can use it in other ways as well. So you can either use it as a diary or a scheduler or that sort of thing, or you can use it as a memory journaling album. So I've started doing a little bit of a combo. I've started doing a little bit of memory journaling in there as well. and I showed this last week, but I actually I popped in some photos there of my great nephew and great niece who I caught up with a couple of weeks ago. So I added them in. So I'm doing a little bit of a mishmash. I'm using it as my my week-to-week planner to keep me on track and keep everything scheduled. Plus I'm adding some photos and a little bit of journaling in there too. So you can use it however you like. You also get 3 notebooks. Now I've only got one of them out at the moment because I had that sitting in the back of my planner, but there's 3 different notebooks with 3 different pretty covers. One of them is blank. This is a blank one, and I'm going to use this one. Did I start using it? No, I haven't started using this one yet, but I'm going to use this one for my ideas for my projects. And I just slip this into the back of my planner. And there's 2 other ones. There's a lined one and one that has a grid as well. So you can see in there, I've just slipped it into, whoops, I'll show you. I've just slipped it into the back of my planner there. There's a little pen loop. Yeah, it's just a great planner and it's so pretty. And you get that absolutely free when you join during Stampin' Up. Of course, when you join Stampin' Up during Celebration. My brain is going faster than my mouth now. Now, not only that, but you would be joining a fantastic crafting community, and that is the best thing. That and the discount, of course, you will get an ongoing 20% discount on all of your Stampin' Up products, which is super awesome. So if you joined now in July, you would have until the end of December. Well, actually, where are we now? So we are... Yeah, so December, actually, I think you'd have until the end of January. Yeah, if you didn't do another thing, if you didn't purchase another thing, you would have from now until the end of January to be able to enjoy the crafting community, get involved, see if you like it. If you didn't and you wanted to exit, you can exit at any time. There's no exit penalties at all, no lock-in periods or anything like that. You can leave anytime you like, but I always suggest to everybody to give it a try, see how you like it. After that time, there will be so there are quarterly minimums, but if you join now, you get an extra time. Okay, because it's a first full quarter and we're already mid-quarter. So Stampin' Up's very kind. They give you the rest of this quarter plus all of the next quarter, which is by the end of December. And then there's a pending month as well, just in case you haven't been able to make up the quarterly minimums. So the quarterly minimums work out at about $125 a month. You can put that in over the month, over each month, or you can put in one big order each quarter. You can put in smaller orders throughout the quarter, whatever you would like to do, but it works out about $125 a month. Now, if you don't think that you'll be able to maintain that, that's okay. Join for the first little while, see how you go, and if you can't, it's fine. You can just go back to being a customer. But all of that time that you're with Stampin' Up, you'll have the opportunity of getting that 20% discount, being involved in a beautiful crafting community, getting lots of creative inspiration, and having a lot of crafty fun with other crafty-minded people. So I always suggest to everybody, give it a try, see if you like it. If not, that's okay. You can just go back to being a customer. It's super easy. You don't have to officially resign or anything like that. You can just stop ordering as a demonstrator and go back to being a customer. It's really easy. So if you would like more information about that, please let me know. Remember, it's only $169 to get that starter kit, and you get to choose $235 worth of product in that starter kit. And then from then on, you'll get that beautiful 20% discount for as long as you would like. Okay, and you can just exit anytime. If your circumstances change, not a problem, go back to being a customer. So it's super easy. Now, when you do join Stampin' Up, don't be worried that you have to hold classes or sell to anybody or anything like that. You don't have to. You can simply purchase the product just for yourself, okay? So don't be worried that you're going to be pressured to sell to people or hold classes or anything like that. You certainly don't have to. Okay, so there are other opportunities that are available to those who want them, if they would like to do that and if they would like to work towards that. But that is something I can support you in down the track if it's what you want to do. But if not, that's okay. Just come and join our beautiful crafting community. Come and have fun with us. We love sharing our crafting with other people, and we love welcoming new people into our community. So if you would like more information, please feel free to get in contact with me. I'm happy to answer any questions. I can send you an information pack as well if you would like that. And there's definitely no pressure for asking questions. So don't feel that, you know, you're locked in just because you're asking questions. All right, I like to give everybody as much information as possible because I like to have all the information before I make a decision, so I figure other people do too. All righty, let me catch up on some of these comments. Michelle's here. Hey Michelle, great to have you with us today. Who else have we got here today? Glenda's here. Hi Glenda, great to have you with us. Oh, Megan's with us, but it looks like Megan's not staying. She's got things she needs to do, busy planning her trip. Oh, she's only got 7 weeks till she flies to LA. It's getting close, Megan. We're on the countdown. How exciting. Helen's here too. Hey, Helen. Great to have you. Cheryl's here too. Hey, Cheryl. Great to have you here with us today. Okay, so, yep, oh, there you go. Megan said she has been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 10 years and she's never held a class, but she is still enjoying the crafting community and enjoying being part of the Stampin' Up! Family. So there you go. See, you don't have to hold classes. Alrighty, so I think we should get started. Now, don't go anywhere because I'm going to flip the camera down in a moment. I'm just going to clear all of these off the desk. Oh, Navon's here too. Hey, Navon. It's great to have you with us. Thank you for joining us today. I'm just going to move all of these catalogues over here. Oh, sorry for the noise. I'll just dump them on the other chair. That's easier because the other desk is pretty full as well. We've got lots going on today. Okay, so I will flip the camera down to the desktop so that we can get started. And thankfully, the flip screen thingies seem to be back. Oh, my nose is so irritated today. I'm sorry about that. There we go. Okay, so all the controls are back again. Thank you, Facebook, for bringing back all of our controls. So I shouldn't have a problem today in flipping my camera. So last week and the week before were a bit of a disaster, but we got there in the end, didn't we? All right, so I'm going to cover up the camera. We'll flip it out down onto the desktop and I will show you what we're going to be playing with. Here we go. Bear with me for one moment. Okay, and we'll do a flip and I'll adjust my stand and here we go. All right, I cover up the camera so that I don't make you all giddy because there's a bit of movement when I adjust the camera. And I don't want to make you all feel motion sick. I know that that's a sensation I don't like myself, so I figure other people don't like it either. There we go. Okay, and alrighty, so we'll get everything all sorted and straightened up for you all. I need to tweak that a little bit. Which way? This way, I think. That way? Is that right? Oh, you know what else I didn't do? Didn't get out my adhesives. So super organized today. Oh dear. There we go. Let's get some dimensionals. Oh, we'll get out some tear and tape too, just in case. We'll get out our Stampin' Seal. And we'll get our mini glue dots. Let's just get everything out ready to go. I did get some things out. I just didn't get everything. All right. So let's move this down where you can see it for my online store. There we go. Can you see that there now? Oh, even a little bit lower. The camera is much further down today. It really makes a difference when everything is working around the right way. When I flipped to the other camera last week, everything looked very different. But today it is looking good. So there we go. Alrighty. So, Forever Friendship. I was going to show you where to find this in the catalogue. So here it's in the mini catalogue and it's towards the back. Now let me just look it up again because I forgot to tag the page. Page 66 it is. There it is there. Let me move the stamp set up. Okay, so it's in the mini catalogue, page 66, and here it is here. And this is the one that we're going to be playing with today. So super cute card. You can do some really great things with this one. It's one that you might have overlooked because it's a bit, you know, it's a bit different to a lot of the other stamp sets that are in the catalogue, but I like to highlight some of the different ones that perhaps you've overlooked as well. But I think it's really cute. I think the cardigan would make great masculine cards if you're looking for masculine cards, also great retro cards. The plants, well, you could do them for anyone, and I love the typewriter. So today we are going to be using the typewriter. The little retro typewriter just brings back so many memories of my childhood. Which I'll probably talk about as we're making the card, but we're going to use this one today because that's the first one that jumped out at me when I saw this stamp set. So there's a few little samples here using some of those stamps, a few little technique ideas and things like that. So if you want to check that out, have a look on page 66 of the mini catalogue. And remember, if you don't already have a mini catalogue and you'd like one, please let me know so that I can send one out to you. Just send me a private message. You'll see a message button at the top of my Facebook page here. So this is a cling stamp set. So that's the red rubber stamp set. I've already taken out the stamps that we're going to be using today, which is the typewriter and one of the sentiments. This one here, I just can't thank you enough. But I love some of these other sentiments as well. We've got, of course, we've got a picture of a cardigan here. So this sentiment says, time for a cardigan. Cardigan, get it? A bit corny, but I thought that was pretty cute. Very punny. And then we've got our friendship will live forever, unlike most of the plants I've owned. That sounds a bit like me. Then we've got happy birthday. And I think that happy birthday would fit inside the pennant there on that little flag. It's pretty small. I haven't tried it, but I think it would. It looks like it would fit in there. So yeah, so just some really cute little quirky stamps. I thought that the time-worn type embossing folder would go well with the typewriter, so I've pulled that one out today. And I've also got out the I always forget what they're called, the stylish shape dies, and when I pulled them out I noticed that two of my dies had actually fallen off the die sheet, and this is one that I really need to get onto my magnetic sheets because I use this one all the time. And I just haven't got it onto my magnetic sheets then. But there you go. So there's all of the dies from the stylish shape dies. We're going to use some of those today as well. Now the for designer series paper, we are going to be using one that I haven't really played with yet. And that is the lovely in linen 12 by 12 designer series paper. And let me show you this paper. I thought that this would go really well with sort of the retro theme because they're kind of linen look papers. They've got like a linen look base to them. So I thought that they would be really nice to use. So on this side, you've got sort of the greens and the blues going on with the patterns. They're quite busy, these papers, but I just thought that they would go so well with this. And then this side, look at this side, you've got the vivid colours on this side. So yeah, I'm not sure which ones we're going to use just yet, but I thought that these ones would be good to use. So I am using a sketch today. I'm using a sketch that is by Maureen Plutt, P-L-U-T, and this one is from July 2014 actually, so this is a pretty old sketch, but it's one that I came across. And I thought it would be fun to use that one. Now, I did do, where's my little sample? Oh, hang on a minute, I've lost my little sample. I did do a little, here we go. So I did a little typewriter ahead of time just to play with colours to see what was going to look good, and I decided that I really wanted to use the retro greeny sort of color. Now I did this one on white, but then when I pulled out all of this paper and I thought, well, I'm doing it retro, I'm wondering if it might look better on on Very Vanilla. So I thought we might try one on Very Vanilla, and we'll do it exactly the same as this, but then we'll compare and then decide which one we like better. So we'll start there, and then we're going to go and choose all of the papers, and you can all help me. All right, so let me just pop all these papers back in the pack. I do have some that I have got cut into 6x6, not 6x6, sorry, 6x12, because I had some of those cut from a paper share. So I've already got some of those, so we'll probably just eat into those ones first rather than the 12x12 sheets. I've got some vellum there to emboss with the time-worn type. And I think we're going to have a base of crumb cake today. So I pulled out some crumb cake as well. But let's start with our stamped image, and we're going to do some embossing today. So this is a half sheet of A4. So basically what I did is I took a sheet of A4 cardstock. Well, actually, we can do it with this one because we're going to need to, oh, no, because I might not need to cut this one yet because this isn't going to be our base. I think we're going to use crumb cake for the base. So I basically just cut a piece of A4 cardstock in half at 14.85, okay? And then now I'll cut this one in half again. That's how I always like to start off. And basically that gives me a card front size. So I'm just going to cut this at 10.5 on my trimmer. And I'll just use the dark blade, which is the cutting blade, to just cut that in half. And then I've got 2 pieces to work with. Now I'm using the thick today of both cardstocks, the basic white and the Very Vanilla, because we are using Stampin' Blends for colouring today. And for the absorbency, I find that the thick cardstock is a lot better. Okay, so I'll pop that one aside and we'll bring in our stamp. So I've already popped it on a block. We're going to use a little bit of Versamark, and I'm going to emboss this in black embossing powder. Now the black Stampin' Emboss powder is from the, you can find it in my online store, or you can find it in the annual catalogue, and it's towards the back. It's in the colouring tools section. Here we go, over here on page 128 you'll find the embossing powders, but it's part of the basics embossing powder. So in the pack you get a container of white, of black and of clear, and then there's a separate set if you want the metallics in copper, gold and silver. So but we're just using the black today from the basics range. Okay, so that's where I got those from. So we're going to be using a bit of black. So I've got my Stampin' Up heat tool ready, and I'll show you how to do this. All right, so we will this is our Versamark ink pad. This is the one that we want to use when we're doing embossing, and also if you want to create a watermark in the background of your design of your project. So because the stamp is a little bit bigger than the stamp pad, I'm going to take the pad to the stamp with the stamp facing up, and I'm just tapping over the surface of the stamp to make sure I get full coverage. I'm going to stamp this in the middle because we're going to be using quite a large circle around it. So just giving nice firm pressure. Okay, and then if you look in the light, you'll be able to see it a little bit shiny, and you'll know that you've stamped the image. Now, I have got something else new to show you, which is very exciting. Stampin' Up has brought back the embossing tray. And the embossing tray comes with some other tools. We've got our Embossing Buddy back again, which is super awesome. We've got a pair of reverse tweezers, and we've got a little brush as well, which we can use to clean our tray or clean off excess granules of from our project. Now, I forgot to use my Embossing Buddy, and I did that before when I did my first one as well. Usually what you would do is you would run your Embossing Buddy over your cardstock first before stamping your Versamark. And that way, then the embossing powder is only going to stick to your image. It's not going to stick to any fingerprints or any static, because it's basically an anti-static pillow. So we're just going to shake that off into the catcher tray, which is awesome. And then any excess granules, I'm just going to very carefully use my brush to brush them off. There we go. Now, if I had have run my Embossing Buddy along my paper first, which I forgot to do, I wouldn't have got all those excess granules of embossing powder on my cardstock, because they would have all just fallen straight off. But I've gotten out of the habit of using it because we didn't have it for such a long time that I totally forget to use it now. So make sure you use your Embossing Buddy. Now then what you do is you unscrew the cap. It's got a little cap on the end here to stop the embossing powder falling out of the tray until you're ready for it to. And then you can just tip it up. I've got a little, I like to still keep a bit of paper underneath me in case I miss, because you know, my aim isn't always the best. And then you just tip it back in. And if you get any that's sticking to the tray, you can use your brush to sweep it out. Now, one little tip as well, if you are using the the black embossing powder, and then later on you want to use clear or white, I would suggest taking your tray to the sink or over the bin and giving it a good bash out to get rid of all of those black granules of embossing powder, because they do stick a little bit. It does get a little bit staticky, so they do stick a little bit, but you want to give it, or even wipe it out perhaps with a baby wipe and then let it dry, because you don't want to mix your black embossing powder with any of the other colors, especially white. So yeah, be sure that it is really clean of all those excess granules before you use it again. Okay, so that's just a little tip about your tray. And now we'll use our tweezers. Now the tweezers, they are a reverse grip tweezer, which means you squeeze them to open them, and then when you let go, they snap close, and they're very strong, so they've got a very good grip on them. The tip is ceramic, so they will get hot when you heat them, so be careful not to touch the tip once you've heated with your heat tool, because they will be hot. Wait for them to cool down. And then also to be careful not to drop these, because they are ceramic, so I would think that they would chip fairly easily. I don't know, I haven't tried it because I don't want to test it, but just be careful, just be mindful that they are. All right, so what we do is we open them, squeeze them to open them, pop them on our cardstock, and now we can hold our fingers well away and we're not going to burn our fingers. So we'll put our, I've got my Stampin' Up heat tool here. This has got 2 heat settings. So heat setting number 1 is great for if you're drying a project, if you've done watercoloring or something like that, or you need the ink to dry really quickly, you can use the number 1 setting. But for heat embossing with embossing powder, I always find heat setting number 2 is the best one to use. Okay, you've got a lovely protective cap on this one too, so it's less likely for you to burn fingers, and it's a bit safer as well if you've got young children around and things like that. Still beware, still be careful, because it still can get quite hot, and obviously the metal is just in there, so it doesn't take much for little fingers to go in there, so please be careful if you're using this around young children. But yes, it's a lot better. My original heat tool that I had, which I still have and it still works, it didn't have the protective cover over the tip, and it used to get so hot. You had to be so careful, but this one's great. And of course you've got a stand here as well. Flips down for easy storage, so it's a nice compact unit, and then it stands up for if you're resting it on your desk. And if you have used it, make sure you stand it up on your desk so that the hot tip isn't resting on your desk. All right, let's go. That's just some tips about your heat tool. So it's good to warm it up, let it warm up, come to temperature for a few seconds first before you take it to your project. always heat your project under good lighting as well, so that you can see when that starts to melt, especially with the black. It's a little bit harder to see with the black, but if you hold it at an angle under the light, and you will see as that embossing powder starts to melt, it becomes shiny and glossy and raised, and that's what you want. And then as soon as it does that, you're going to stop heating it. You don't want to overheat it, because if you overheat it, what will happen is it'll become dull and flat, and you'll lose that nice glossy surface. So that looks pretty good. All right, so that'll take a moment just to cool. While that is cooling, let's release that from our tweezers. And I'm just going to shake this off. I just did spill a little bit of embossing powder on there. Shake that off into the bin. There we go. Okie dokie. So I'm using some Stampin' Blends today to colour with. So let me tell you about the colours that I'm using. I'll just pop all my embossing tools aside. So I'm going to colour my Typewriter with my light soft succulent. I'm going to colour my Love Heart, my Thank You Love Heart, with light sweet sorbet. Then I've got light basic black for the little black bits and pieces. I've got some light smoky slate to represent the metallic look. And then I'm putting a little bit of light crumb cake on the keys of the typewriter. Oh, I didn't close that one properly before. On the keys of the typewriter, just so that they've got a little bit of something, so that they're not completely stark white. All right, now I'm not sure how these colors are going to look on the vanilla, because when I did the original one, I did it on white. So we'll see. We'll do it, and we'll see what we think. All right, so I'm going to start first of all. This is cooled now. I'm going to start first of all with my light basic black, and let me remember to put my glasses on this time. I always forget to put them on. So we want the knobs here. I'm going to be using the bullet tip for all of the colouring today, because this project, or this stamped image, has got a lot of small detail. Okay, so I'm just using the bullet tip on this, and I'm colouring very, very carefully, and I'm barely touching the paper. Okay, so that's all we need for the black. Then we'll use the light smoky slate, and I'm going to do the little label here. We'll do the return handle here, and all of these bits around here as well would be metal. And we've got the little arm across here which holds the paper in place. So who has seen one of these types of typewriters in real life? Because a lot of the younger people probably haven't even really seen a typewriter, because everything is, well, everything basically is on the computer these days, isn't it? So the old typewriters aren't really around anymore, unless you have a collectible. But this one reminds me of my childhood. My mum actually had a more older, more vintage one than this one, and it was one that had big round buttons. It was a big black heavy thing, and it had the tape with the little spools. It didn't have the cover on the top, it was all open. Oh, Dimity said she loved hers. I'm just catching back up to see. Oh, Deborah said she's unpacking her BBB, which is her big brown box. That's what we like to call our deliveries. And putting her new dies on magnetic sheets in the stamp boxes. Awesome. That sounds very exciting. It's always exciting to get new product. That's cool. Oh, and Deborah just gave a tip there as well, that you can wipe out your embossing, your embossing tray with your Embossing Buddy. Ah, thanks for that tip, Deborah. And that helps with the static. It helps with to stop the embossing powder sticking in the tray. Oh, that's super cool. Thanks for that. I'll have to give that a try. All right, so now I'm using light soft succulent, and we're going to color the rest of our typewriter with that. Dimity says she loves her typewriter. Oh, loved her typewriter. Yeah. They were so great, weren't they? The clunky typewriters. In fact, I think, I'm pretty sure that my doctors are a bit old school. They like doing things the old-fashioned way, and they're not online. They still use a typewriter, but theirs is an electric typewriter, so you know that's kind of cheating. It's not the same, is it, as a good old clunky manual one from the good old days. But yeah, they still use a typewriter, which I think is pretty funny. So I'm just going very gently with my blends. Now, the trick is when you have embossed, when you've heat embossed, and then you're coloring with Stampin' Blends, you do not want to go too heavy over the embossed lines, because you can sometimes find that it will pull away that embossing color. Yeah, so because the alcohol in the Stampin' Blends is quite strong. Yeah, so when you're doing it this way, you could just use Memento Tuxedo Black to stamp your image if you didn't want to emboss it. I like this though, because I find with the embossing, because you've got the raised parts of the image, it actually helps me to stay in the lines when I'm coloring. So I find it helpful, and I like the glossy look to it as well. I think it looks really cool. But yeah, you don't have to emboss. You can just use your Memento Tuxedo Black to stamp your image, and then just color with your Stampin' Blends. Just make sure your ink is dry before you start coloring, so that you don't have any bleeding of the stamped image. There we go. Okay, so there's our little typewriter, and oh, Rose said she's sure she had one in a case, a typewriter. Yeah, awesome, so cool. I think, yeah, this particular style, I think, was the type that came with a case that you could, they were still pretty heavy though. I'm just using light crumb cake now, but yeah, they were quite hard to work with, the typewriters, because you had to push on the keys really hard. And then the electric ones came along, and the electric ones were so much easier. You barely had to touch the keys for it to type. But these old manual type, you had to push the keys so hard. And then if you made a boo-boo, because you had the ribbon that had the ink on it. It had ribbon that went along the back with the ink on it. And if you made a boo-boo, you couldn't just do a backspace like you can on a computer. You actually had to, well, in the olden days, I don't think you could really fix it. I think they had liquid. I used liquid paper, liquid like correction fluid. And then by the time I got to school, we had the correction tape. So you could pop the correction tape in behind the ink tape, and then press the letter again, and it would put the white correction tape over the top in the same letter. Yeah, so we used to do it that way, but not as easy as computers now, because now on computers you just hit backspace and it takes you back. There we go. So there we've got our little keys. Actually, I probably should colour the underneath part of the keys as well. So I'm just touching this really lightly onto the cardstock, because the images are quite small for the little buttons, so you don't need much. And because the alcohol ink in the blends keeps absorbing into the cardstock and spreading, you only need to put a little bit onto the cardstock, and it will just keep spreading the colour. Oh, I missed my space bar at the bottom too. Better do the space bar down here. There we go. Okay, great. And now for the little heart, just to make that heart thank you stand out, I'm going to go over that with my red. Well, it's not red actually, this is light sweet sorbet. And then I'm just going to colour that. So you don't need to add this if you don't want to, but I just thought it just makes that thank you font stand out a little bit better. So I think the colours have turned out pretty well on the Very Vanilla actually. I think they're pretty close to how they've turned out on the Basic White, which is great. Just go over that edge there a little bit, and I'll just make that one out a little bit more too. There we go. Beautiful. Cute. All right. So now we'll die cut that one, and we'll, I'm going to use the, oops, there goes that die again, keeps falling off. I'm going to use the Stylish Shape dies, and I'm going to use the largest stitched circle to die cut that. And then our sentiment that we're going to use might fit in one of these banner labels too. So we'll do that in a moment. I'll bring in, I wonder if this is going to fit on my mini. Let me check. I'll just see. Oh, yes, it will. I'll bring in my mini. Save me trying to lift my big, heavy standard machine. There we go. All right. So, oh, Dimity said the Olivetti came in a red case. Oh, I remember that brand of typewriter, Olivetti. Yeah, came in a red case. There you go. Yeah, so you really could. Oh, look, my cardstock is too wide to fit through there. So what I'll do is I'll trim it down. I'll work out where I need to put it, and then I'll trim the cardstock down. Yeah, you could really colour this typewriter any colour you like. My mum's old original clunky manual one was black, was all black and gold, black and silver. I can't remember now, but yeah, I remember sitting in her office at work because my mum and dad had an engraving business, so they had a factory, and mum used to work in the office doing all the bookkeeping, and I used to love going in there and playing on the typewriter because we didn't have a typewriter at home, we only had one at the business. And yeah, used to love going in there and playing with that. All right, let's see, is that going to fit through the slot now? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I've just got that lined up there, just holding that down with a bit of washi tape, and we'll just make sure we've got that lined up, that the dies are within the plates there. There we go. Okay, take that through. Oops, I'm taking my host code with it. There we go. It doesn't slide around so much if I move the host code out of the way. Oh, that turned out well. That's cute. Got a few stray grains there of embossing powder because I didn't use my Embossing Buddy, but that's okay. All right, and then we might be able to use these extra bits for our sentiment. Maybe not that bit because that's all marked. We could use the other side. Yeah, we'll save that for our sentiment. Okay, so I'll just pop the mini aside for the moment and put my die away. It's got my my embossing trolley right beside me today, so that it made it easier for me to grab everything. All right, so they're the two that we've got, and so now we'll just decide with the papers which one is going to look best. Okay. Well, to begin with, I was thinking we might have a base of crumb cake, in which case I think the vanilla would go better. But we need to fold this first. So this is a half sheet of A4 cardstock, so it's cut at 14.85, but I haven't scored it yet. So I'm going to score this at 10.5. There we go. So that's already scored, and then we just need to fold that in half. And if you want to make sure that it's nice and straight, you can just use that edge of your trimmer, so the little edge at the top there. I'll move that down so you can see that little edge along there. You can use it along there to make sure that that lines up so it's nice and straight, and then take your bone folder and fold that along the edge there. There we go, and that's nice and square now. nicely squared up. So yeah, I'm thinking the vanilla, but let's see when we get all the papers. All right, so I'll show you the picture that I'm going from for the typewriter was this one here. This is one I found online. And this was the one that gave me sort of the colorings and things that I wanted to follow. The inner workings inside here are a little bit different. I guess you don't have all the full detail of on the stamped image, but yeah, that's kind of gave me the colorings that I wanted to use. And then for the layout, I'm using this one that I found on Pinterest. And as I said, this is a sketch by Maureen Plut, P-L-U-T, and this is from July 2014. So this is a sketch from a really long time ago, and this is the layout that I kind of like the look of, and I thought, oh, let's go with that one today because I think that will be a really good layout for this project. So let's pull out the papers, and I've got these ones already cut down a bit smaller, so we'll work with those. And I'm thinking I really like this one, but then we need to obviously mute that down a little bit. So if we had that as maybe that as that layer, then we could have, I don't know, I think we need to play around a little bit with the layers just to see what we like the look of. Oh, because that one would go too. Maybe this one. This one could be the across layer. And then maybe we need to mute this one down a little bit with some vellum. Because I do like it, but it's quite bold, isn't it? We want our, we could pop that there perhaps, or that could be our label. With our embossing, we could emboss this with the time worn type. Yeah, we'll try that and see. We'll give that a go and see. Measurements, I'm gonna have to work out the measurements as I go because I don't have measurements. And the one that, the design that I was looking at was, actually I'm just going to jump over here and just double check to see. Oh yeah, it did have another layer actually. It did have a full layer. Okay, that's what I might do. Or I'll go back over here. What I might do is do a full layer of this one, and then we might do the vellum with the time worn type over the top of it. And we can always trim this down a little bit. So we'll start with this one cut at, we'll do a 2mm border. So we'll cut this at 10.1 centimeters. Whoops, not scoring. We want to cut. We can always change our mind if it looks too much. 14.45 the other way. 14.45. All right, any little bits that you get like this, save them because you can use them to decorate the inside of your card. Okay, so that could be a layer. And then if we did a square layer of the vellum, like so-ish, like that maybe. So let's see, what would that measure? So that's about 12 centimeters by, let's open up the arm and see, 12 centimeters by 8.5. I'm just winging this, everybody, as you can see. So let's go 8.5 this way. Go 8.5 this way by 12. Now, when you do emboss anything, you do lose a little bit of sometimes width, sometimes height, depending on the embossing folder. Sometimes you lose a little bit off each side, just depends on the embossing folder. But yeah, if we pop that there like that, that would help to mute that a little bit. Let's emboss that. Oh, well, actually, before we do that, we'll do the next layer. So I'm thinking this one. It's going to be very busy, isn't it? We'll see. If it's too busy, we can always change our mind. So let's see, how much of that one would we need? Maybe, let's see the size of our circle. Yeah, probably about that. So what is that? That is about 6 centimeters. And we'd need, we'll probably go all the way across. So we need 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 14.45. So I'll go 6 centimeters this way. And then 14.45 this way. Now that makes the circles look like they're more sort of ovals on the side. So it depends on which direction you like your design. I don't think it really matters on this one, but depends. You could have it going the other way if you wanted to. Totally up to you. Let's see. So if we had that, then that. Let's see how this is going to look, everybody. That, then that, then we have that there. And then, oh, what did I do wrong? I measured, oh, that was supposed to be 10.1, not 14.45, 10.1. I was looking at the wrong measurement. So let's just cut that again at 10.1. Because yeah, I was looking at the height, not the width. Silly, silly. That's okay. Then if we went that, that might even need to go under there, or over the top. We'll see. And then the layout also has a banner as well. So that there, or the white one. Maybe the white one would look better. I don't know, we can decide on that a bit later. We'll just get the layout first. I think this one needs to be narrower. That's too wide. So I think I'll take that down to 4 centimeters. And I might put it up a little bit higher. Yep. That's better. 4 centimeters. There we go. And then this layout also has a banner. So I'm just thinking what to use for the banner. Might be better off even using a plain color for the banner. I'll show you the label, and they've got something running along here, which I thought we could run ribbon along there, so we'll get some ribbon in a moment, but they've got a banner here as well. So what does everyone think about the banner? Has anyone got any ideas about the banner? Oh, Navon said this is a really quite an intricate card, and very, very cute. Oh, I'm glad that you like it, Navon. It's not really too intricate. I'm just playing with layers, and I'm just using a sketch that I found on Pinterest. So it's not really too intricate. It's just using different size layers basically, and then just working out how you want to lay them out, just following the sketch. So yeah. Yeah, so what color for the banner? I'm wondering if I should just use a plain piece of the pale papaya, which is in the background. Maybe we should try that. Let's grab a piece of pale papaya and we'll see how that looks. So I've got some that are already cut, and in fact, I wonder if I cut that and then trimmed the end, would Would that be the right length? Might not be quite the right length. Oh yeah, it might be actually. Might not be quite the right width though. It might not be wide enough. Might need a wider width. We can create our own, of course, but I'm just flicking through my dies here to see what I have that I might be able to use. Let's see. Got some labels here somewhere. I wonder what the labels would look like. Could use a label instead of a... No, I think I like the banner. I think we'll just do a plain banner. We'll make our own. All right, so let's work out the width that we need. I'm thinking a bit narrower than this piece, and this piece was, what did I say, 4 centimeters. So what if we went about 3.5? We'll start at 3.5 and we'll see. And what length do we need? Oh, I'll probably do about that length. So that's 10.5. That's 10.5. And then we'll do 3.5. Let's see if that would look, and we'll banner the end, but we'll just see if that's going to, ooh, maybe we need to bring in the red instead. The sweet sorbet instead. Not sure if that's too much color going on there. This is how I work when I'm designing myself, when I'm making my own layouts as well. It's just lots of playing around, working out your layers, seeing what goes well, what you like. Let's try a little piece of sweet sorbet instead. Grab that from my scrap. I think that's a good size, so we'll go 3.5 by, I'll just do, I think that's way too long. I think we need about 9.5, so about 9.5 long by 3.5 wide. Let's try that. Might go better with the heart. What if we did it like that and we had the banner down a little bit lower, and we'll banner that. What do you think? Let's banner that and see. So what's half of 3.5? That'll be 1.75, won't it? 1.75, is my maths correct? 1.75. So I'll put a little mark there. That's the center. And then I'll do a little snip up with my paper snips, and then I'll go from the corner over to where I snipped that, and then the other side, I'm just going to flip it over to make it easier, from the corner to, there we go. Like that. What do you think? Let's get rid of that. What do you think? How do you think that's looking, everyone? Now, I was going to emboss that vellum with the time-worn type. So let's see, does the red take away from the red heart? Maybe. I was kind of thinking it might accent it, actually. Make it stand out a little bit more. Unless, do you think I should swap those two colors around maybe? What if we did it the opposite way? What if this was just plain red, and we had the green up this way. If we had that red going all the way. Oh no, I don't like that there actually. Don't know. Oh, you like the sweet sorbet, Glenda? Navon said no. Oh, Rose said she likes the red. Navon said yes, yes, yes. I did not like that gold piece. Gold piece. Which I didn't have gold. Which one did you mean? Oh, the pale papaya. Yeah, the pale papaya one. That was a little bit too. Yeah, it wasn't within the colors of what our stamped image, was it? Our colored image. How about we'll emboss this piece and see how this one looks embossed with the time-worn type. And this time I will have to bring in my large machine because this big embossing folder doesn't fit through the small one. So we'll try this and see. Let's pop our little layout up there. We'll move that over to the side. And I'll just lift over my big machine, my big heavy machine. Grab my embossing plate. There we go. All right, so I've already put the vellum inside my plate. I'm using my #1 plate and my #4 embossing plate. So I've got my base plate, my embossing folder, and then my embossing plate on top. Oh, pop at the end. And I'll just move this back over onto my trolley. I'll just pop all that back together again, just for ease of storage. All right, let's have a look at this vellum. Ooh, I like it. That looks awesome. Can you see that? On my very dry hands. Been washing my hands and the cold weather makes them so dry. All right, let's see how that's going to look. It might be too much with all the other patterns going on, but we'll see. We'll see. We can always go back to plain vellum if we so choose. There we go. Oh, actually, you know what? The time-worn type, you can hardly see it on the pattern paper. Look at that. You can hardly see it on the pattern paper because there's so much pattern behind it that it kind of hides the type. But that's okay. Let's just keep going. We'll keep going and see what we think. So that's kind of the layout. Don't know. I think the embossed finish is okay. Still not sure about this one. Let's see. Let me scroll back and see. Oh, I've missed your comment before, Rose. Rose said we learnt to type at school and do shorthand. Awesome. Yeah, I learnt to type in year 9 at high school, actually, but they had stopped shorthand by the time I started. Oh, hey, Megan, how you going? I just saw that you had jumped on. Okay. Yep, Glenda says she likes the sweet sorbet. Judy said that's better. I like it the way I had it. Alternative crumb cake. I could use crumb cake there because I've got a crumb cake base. Let's try crumb cake. See how the crumb cake looks for this layer. So that was 3.5 by, what did I say? 3.5 by 9.5, I think it was. Let me see, 3.5. I remember it was 3.5. 3.5. Was that 9.5? Hang on, let me measure. Let me measure on my trusty trimmer. Yes, by 9.5. So just take off 1 centimeter from that. Let's try that and see if that looks better. I mean, we do have the sweet sorbet there in the background with the flowers, and there with the heart as well. So it is a color that we've already used, but as to whether or not we've used it too much is the other question. So we shall see. But I love it when you all give me your suggestions and join in the crafting, because it makes it so much more fun. All right, there we go. Oh, I had that all lined up and then it moved again. Okay, there we go. There we go. And what if we had crumb cake? Ooh, Amber might have been onto something. Maybe the crumb cake is the way to go. If I ban at the end of the crumb cake, what do you think? Do you think that one is better? With the crumb cake, it's a little bit softer, isn't it? Oh, Navon's saying red, red, red. She likes the red banner. Well, let's banner this one just for the fun of it. And we'll see. We'll compare the pair. All right, so what did I say? 1.75. Thankfully, I have my glasses on, but wait. I need a bit more lead in my pencil. There we go, 7.5. Okay. Let's, you know, because we need to have the banner look like a banner to get the full effect, because otherwise it's hard to tell. Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, I'm getting hot. All these decisions. All right, let's bring it back in again. Let's see what we think. We haven't got any ribbon on there yet. That's the next thing. We'll have to find some ribbon. You can all help me choose ribbon. All right, so here's our banner. We've got crumb cake, but we do have a crumb cake base too, don't forget. We could always change the base. Okay, so that's with the crumb cake. Let me take my hands off it so you can all see it. Oh, sit over there. There we go. Oh, it's not straight. It's a bit hard. It's not all sitting down flat. So that's with the crumb cake. Okay. Oh, Navon said, sorry, no. She doesn't like the crumb cake. Okay. And that's the sweet sorbet. There we go. I think the sweet sorbet is actually growing on me. What does everyone think? Oh, Judy said she learnt shorthand and she hated it. Oh, there you go. Couldn't live up to your mum's incredible speeds with both typing and shorthand. She was a court stenographer during World War II. Oh, wow. She would have been so fast. Oh, there you go. Okay, Navon said, there you go. She likes that. And Megan said she prefers the sweet sorbet as well. Okay. All right, great. Now, next choice is, do we want to use the very vanilla one or do we want to use the basic white one? Remembering that we've got a crumb cake base as well, and the paper is fairly muted with the, I think I like the vanilla. I think the white is too stark, isn't it, compared to all the other, because this has got like a linen finish and this is embossed, and I think it needs to be sort of a bit more muted, like a bit more grungy. Yeah, Megan said vanilla. Yeah, I think so too, Megan. I think that's it. I think that's it, hey. What about ribbon? Let's have a look. Now, I got some new ribbon. Let me take my glasses off so I can see over there. I got some new ribbon. Hang on. That one. And there's another new one somewhere. Hang on. There it is. There it is. Okay. So I've got these ones. This one I think is too white. We've got this one with the silver in it, which would go well with the typewriter. Or I've got this one, which is brand new. I just got this the other day. The natural woven ribbon, which might be nice because it's nice and thick. So we'll take these off and let's have a look and see. So we can add these across there, and obviously I'll wrap it around the layer. So we've either got that one there like that. I do like that. That's nice. Okay, so that's a plain, that's the woven. Or, so that's the woven, and then this one is the silver, what is this one called? Metallic edge cotton ribbon. Might be nice to have a bit of silver in there. What do you think? So this one's also a cotton ribbon. And that one will give, we're only going to see a little bit of it anyway. But still, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we need a little bit of, silver bling in there? What do you think? Or we could even put it down here and run it across that bottom layer. We could change it up. We don't have to do the sketch exactly as the original. We can change it up. Could have it going along there. Now we've got to move all of this. Hang on a sec. To have that going down a little bit lower. Could have it running along there maybe. Okay, which ribbon do you like? The metallic? Okay, Deborah likes this one with the metallic edge. Yep, Megan likes this one as well with the metallic edge. It looks a bit like typewriter ribbon. It does actually. It does look like typewriter ribbon. Is it vanilla in the DSP? Oh, and everyone's saying very vanilla for this one. Yeah, well, the DSP is interesting because some of the patterns in the DSP have white. So this one's got white in it, but this one is more of a vanilla background. So it's got a little bit of both. Yeah, but we're combining the two on the card really. So, yeah. So this one, metallic edge or not metallic edge. This one's a wider ribbon with a larger woven finish to it. That one or that one? I think I actually like it up higher. I don't think I like it where I've got it right now. I think I like it where I had it before, running along the edge there. So metallic or plain? Megan doesn't like this one. So not this one, Megan. You like this one. So Deborah likes this one. Megan likes this one. What about everybody else? We'll see. Majority is going to rule here. Let's see. Now, did I clean my stamp? While I'm waiting for you all to give me your votes on which ribbon, I'm going to clean my stamp because I think I forgot to do that. I always tell everybody to clean my stamps, clean their stamps straight away. And I think I forgot. Do you know what else I forgot? We don't have a sentiment yet. That's the other thing. So I think the ribbon's going to be going up the top up here because we're going to need to put a sentiment down here. So yes, I forgot about the sentiment. We forgot. Well, I forgot. You all didn't forget. I forgot. All right, so ribbon. Flip a coin, Dimity said. That's probably a good option, Dimity, because we're never going to get everyone to agree, are we? Because everybody has different opinions. Megan likes plain. Amber likes plain. Dimity said flip a coin. I don't think Dimity can choose either. I like both. Well, this is my brand new one. I haven't used this one yet, but I do like the metallic one as well. Deborah likes this one. So we've got 2 for this one, 1 for this one. Oh, anybody else want to vote on which ribbon? Shall we have another look? Let's run them across here again, just see. Okay, so that's metallic edge. Okay, you're not going to see very much of it. That's a metallic edge, a little bit of bling there. I do like the little bit of bling. Or do we want to keep everything? This is more like linen actually. It is more like linen. Reminds me of the embroidery Ada cloth that I used to, when I used to do cross stitch. Has anybody else done cross stitch, or does anybody do cross stitch? I used to be a cross stitcher way back when. Haven't done any for a really long time though. Well, we can have that one. Linen. Oh, Navon said linen. She likes this one. Does kind of, yeah. Yeah. I think I like that one too. All right, so I think we've got 3 votes for the linen one. 3 votes. 3 votes for the linen one, and we had 1 with the, oh, you do cross stitch, Navon. Oh, lovely. Oh, and Rose said linen as well. Okay, all right, we'll do that one. All right, we'll use this other pretty one on a different project because I like that one as well. It's beautiful. All right, so let's cut a strip of this that is going to wrap around our layer. So we'll just do a snip. Oh, this one will fray nicely too. If you want a frayed ribbon, fray this one. I think I frayed this one before actually on a different project, didn't I? Is that the one I used? I think so. Oh no, it was a different one. Not this one. It was a different one. All right, so that's all our layers. Now we need to do a sentiment. So before I stick all of that down, let's do our sentiment because I don't want to miss the sentiment. And I want to make sure that I've got space for the sentiment on our project. And so we need to make sure where we're going to put that before we, and what I might do is I might, so I think I'll stamp it in soft succulent, and we'll see how it looks in the soft succulent on the vanilla. And then let's see, I've got a scrap of vanilla here from our circle. There we go. Let's use that. And then if we don't like that, we can do it in black and emboss it. So I'll just stamp it there. I can't thank you enough. I don't think that's stamped properly. Hang on, let me test it on my grid paper. Where's my grid paper? Oh, I'll just flip this over and stamp it on the other side. Let's go up this end. Oh no, it is that. It has got that finish to it. It's like a distressed sort of finish. It's not a solid image. All right, so I'm going to clean this one straight away this time. Let's turn my chamois over to the stained side because I'm using a color now. There we go. All righty. So I'm wondering if one of these little banner dies would fit, and if that would fit down there, or we just might have to do, a straight. I think we might just have to do a straight image actually, because we've already got a banner there. And if we do a banner and a banner, I think it's going to be a little bit too much. Because it would fit in that one. It would fit in that one, but I think it's going to be, yeah, it's not going to fit. It's going to be too long. It's going to be too long, and I think it might be a little bit too much anyway. So let's just cut I think we'll just cut it into a strip. All right, so I'll bring in my trimmer, my trusty trimmer, and we'll just cut that down into a strip. Whoops. Let's see. Let's just measure this by eye. That's dangerous when I do that. Because it doesn't always, I don't always line things up exactly the same. Let's see, where did I have that lined up? Trying to see now without my glasses on where I had that lined up. That line there, okay. That line there. That one, that one. It's hard to see with the lights reflecting as well. All right, so about there-ish. Hang on a minute. I'm going to take my blade up to the top. Line that up. About there. Let's see, did I get it straight? Nope, I didn't. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut a strip first, and then I'm going to stamp it because that'll be easier. width do I need? I need about 1.5. All right, so let's cut a strip 1.5 centimeters, and we'll do that again. Okay, see, this is the process, people. We make boo-boos, but that's okay. We just keep going and we do it again. It's all good. And there's plenty more cardstock where that came from, so it's all good. Now, trying to line it up on a skinny strip is often difficult too. So we'll see how we go. Oh, that's not too bad. I think we'll go with that. That's all right. I just can't thank you enough. All right, we'll clean that stamp on our Simply Chamois. I love the chamois. The chamois is so easy to clean your stamps. Who loves their chamois? Tell me in the comments. Oh, Dimity said she made a cross-stitch cot blanket. Grandson is 6 and you still haven't sewn the panels together. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, Navon's been making cards for at least 50 years. Oh, wow. That's almost as long as I've been alive, Navon. Wow, that's a really long time. Beautiful. Is that all different types of cards, or are you referring specifically to cross-stitch or stamping? Glenda says she loves her chamois. Yeah, it's an awesome cleaning tool, isn't it, Glenda? This makes it so easy to clean your stamps. All right, there we go. Oh, that's such a shame that you never finished that blanket, Dimity. That would be absolutely beautiful. But cross-stitching is very time-consuming, isn't it? Takes a really long time to do it. My mum was actually an embroiderer. She did do a little bit of cross-stitch, but she mostly did other types of embroidery, long stitch and tapestry. And I've got some of her tapestries. I've actually got one here in my craft room. I keep it here to remember Mum and all her beautiful work that she spent so many hours creating. But she had so many tapestries that she made, and she made one for each of us kids. Well, actually, I've got quite a few because she made a few for me when I was younger. Some horse ones and a what was that crying clown? Was it the crying clown, the weeping clown or something from years ago? Back in the, would have been in the, oh gosh, 70s, late 70s, early 80s. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm going to have to take a little bit more off the ends of the, that sentiment. Do you think that sentiment stands out enough? Oh, Navon says painted, chalk, several other stamp companies. Oh, so lots of different types of card making, Navon. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, not sure about this one. Maybe inking around the edges. I think we're going to start putting down some of these layers. That's what I think we need to do. Or actually, I think we need to put down some of this and get the ribbon on there before I think we're going to pop that one up. So let's do all of these layer by layer. Okay, so we need to work out where everything's going to sit on our vellum so that we can make sure that's where we're going to put our adhesive to hide, because obviously, as you know, vellum is opaque, you can see through it, and we don't want to see any tape or glue or anything like that behind our vellum. So we need to pop that vellum down where our other pieces are going to go. So if I put a little pencil mark behind here where this piece is going to go, so I know that's where I can put my tape there, and then across here, I'll just do that just roughly, so then I can turn my vellum over, and that's where I know I can safely put my tape. And I'm going to use tear and tape. I can safely put my tape across there because that is where the other pieces are going to be covering, so they'll hide the tape. There we go. And we'll run another piece down here to hold that on. And let's see, we're going to have our circle on there too, aren't we? So let's see, whoops, where's my other piece? There it is. Across there. We can probably put another piece there. And then the circle's going to go there, and that's going to go there. So we can probably put some more vellum behind here and down to about there. There we go. I mean, not more vellum, more tape behind our vellum. Sorry, my brain is thinking of so many things at once right now. So we'll go across here with our tape, and I'm just using tear and tape because I find that's the easiest one to use with vellum. You could use Stampin' Seal, you could use glue dots, whatever you like. I prefer not to use a liquid glue when I'm using vellum. So I prefer not to use the multi-purpose liquid glue with vellum. But some people do, depends on what you're doing. All right, so we are going to adhere down our vellum, and we're going to attach that over to the left-hand side, and so that we've got roughly an even border at the top and the bottom. And I'm just doing this by eye, I'm not doing proper measurements there. And we've ended up with almost the same border at the side here, just a little bit wider there, because I just did that one roughly. I didn't actually do it from actual measurements. Then we can put this one across here. So I'll do some, oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to do tear and tape this time too, because we're adhering onto vellum, which also has an embossed texture, which means it's less surface area for the tape to adhere to. So I'm going to use the tear and tape again. I'm going to need to open up a new roll of tear and tape soon. Haven't opened up a new roll of tear and tape for a while, so don't use it as much as I used to. I tend to use my multi-purpose liquid glue more so now. Where's the edge of that tape? There it is. Okay, so we'll pop that along the bottom edge here. I'm just popping it up a little bit from the bottom, and that's going all the way edge to edge. Okay, and then we're going to put our banner down here. Oh no, we've got to do our ribbon next. Ribbon next. Ribbon goes across, so you can choose to put it in between the layers. You can put it right at the top of your green layer, but then that takes away from the height of that. So I think I'm going to wrap it across the edge there. I'll wrap it around the edge. So what I'll do is I'll put a, I'll use some glue dots this time, and I'll put a glue dot. These are the mini glue dots. I love using these for my ribbon. And I will pop a glue dot on the end, on each end of the ribbon. And then we'll wrap that around. So glue dot, there we go. Hold that up, and I'll just line this up where I want it. And we'll wrap one end. I'll probably cut that a lot longer than what I needed it, but that's okay. Better to have it too long than not long enough. And I've got that down a little bit lower than I wanted. And the good thing is with the glue dots is they are very forgiving. So if you do stick them in the wrong spot, you can usually lift them up and move them across a little bit. Oh, except when the ribbon sticks back to the glue dot. That's not helpful. I might put an extra glue dot on there actually, because I just noticed that one is a little bit off center. So I'll just add an extra glue dot there. Oh no, my ribbon is stuck to my cardstock. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. So there, I've got it about half. So the top edge of that soft succulent piece is about in the middle here of the ribbon. And this ribbon is quite stretchy actually because of the weave of it. So you can pull that nice and taut, wrap that around. You don't want to pull it too tight though that it's bowing the cardstock. and then just secure that at the back with those glue dots. There we go. Okay, so next is our banner, and our banner will help to hold that down. Now we can choose to mount up that banner, but then we're going to have that mounted as well. So I think we'll have that flat and then we'll mount the focal image. So let's use, I'll use my tear and tape again. We'll just keep going with the tear and tape today, I think. Let's see, am I missing any comments? Glenda said peridot. Peridot? What's peridot referring to? I'm not sure what that's referring to. Glenda, you might need to let me know. Need a little bit more explanation, I think, on that one. Or is that a type of card making? I don't know. I don't know what that is. So, how long, out of interest, how long has everybody else been card making? Let me know in the comments. How long? I have been crafting for, how old's my son? I've been crafting for 22 years since my son, well, card making and scrapbooking. I've been doing other craft for much longer than that, but card making and scrapbooking I've been doing since he was 3. So 22 years for me. What about everybody else? Oh, the weeping clown. Peridot. Peridot? I don't think you pronounce the T, do you? Peridot. Is that it? I think that's right. Yeah, the weeping clown. That's right. That rings a bell now you say that. Ah, I had completely forgotten that's what it was called. There you go. Yes. I don't even know if I've still got that. Surely I've got it kept away somewhere. I just don't remember where I would have put it. But I'm pretty sure I would have it somewhere because those sorts of things I don't tend to throw out. All right, so let's put some dimensionals on here now. I'll pop one in the middle as well. Now, before we adhere that, we should put this layer down onto our card front. There we go. And I've still got to decide about this because I think we might even need to do that in black. And if I use this one, I need to cut that down a bit smaller. But anyway, let's just pop this down on the card front first, and then we'll go from there. So Glenda said about 50 years for cards and many other crafts from the age of 8. Wow, that's awesome. I love that we have got our craft, hey. I started out making, well, I guess, I don't know, I always did crafts when I was little, I suppose, and my family, my whole family is all very arty and crafty, so there's a lot of craft genes running through our blood. But my mum always did lots of different crafts, and we had hobby techs when I was really little. Do you remember the good old hobby techs? Then we had, so I did hobby techs, and the first things I really did myself as an adult, I suppose, apart from cross stitch, was I used to make gifts for my nieces and nephews when they were babies, when they were born. Like I'd do the fabric covered, the sort of like quilting, but not really quilting, like the padded tissue box cover with the matching nappy pin holder and baby wipe cover, and you know, all those sorts of things. I did a little oh, what am I doing? I don't want to take all of that off at once. I did a I made a hot air balloon with a little basket under it, you know, with a styrofoam ball. Covered that with fabric, with patchwork fabric, and had a little, I don't know, it was a little animal of some sort in it. Can't remember what it was now. It was a long time ago. Yeah, those sorts of things are the things I used to enjoy making. And then I guess I did move to cross stitch, and that's probably what I was doing when I discovered card making, and then scrapbooking through my card making ladies. And then yeah, I just kept with that really, with the paper crafting and 3D items and things. Oh, Dimity said 30 to 40 years for her. Yeah, awesome. Wow, I've got lots of paper crafters that have been crafting for a really long time, which is awesome. All right, what are you thinking? I'm thinking that's really hard to see because it's soft succulent on soft succulent, and I think that you can't really see it very well. How about if we emboss one? Let's see what an embossed one would look like. I don't think, can I fit one on? Let's see, can I fit another one out of that? Maybe, let's see. Then we'd have the black embossing to match the black embossing of the stamped image. So we'll use up our scraps here. Cut this at 1.5 again. All right, let's bring in our stamp and our Versamark. Where did I put my Versamark now? That is a very good question. Where did I put that? There it is, found it. I put it on my stand that's holding my camera and my iPad, and that's why I couldn't see it, because the stand is black and the ink pad case is also black. There we go, let's see under the light. Is that straight? Or we'll emboss it and we'll see. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't do again? I didn't do my Embossing Buddy. Wait, let's do the Embossing Buddy. Hang on, I'm gonna cut another strip. Let's do another strip. Let's do another strip, and I will show you how to use the Embossing Buddy. There we go, all right. 1.5 centimeter strip. I'll get rid of that one because that's got ink on it. Okay, Embossing Buddy. And I'm going to put down my grid paper because the Embossing Buddy is a bit powdery. So actually, you know what? I'm not going to open this brand new one because I've still got my old one. So I'm going to use my old one. And all you do is it's got powder in it, special anti-static powder. So you just rub it along your cardstock. Okay, I'll keep that one nice in its little packet for now. All right, and then you stamp your image. Okay, so let's try and get that nice and straight. Let's see under the light. Did I get that straight? Oh, I think so, but we'll see in a moment when we heat emboss it. Okay, and then let's take all of this out of here. I'm just gonna pop that in my tray. Actually, I'm going to grab the tweezers. Get our black embossing powder and I'll sprinkle that over. Give a little tap. Actually, I'll use the handle. There we go. See, and now we don't have any black, oh, I've got one there. We don't, oh no, that's a mark on the cardstock. We don't have any embossing powder sticking to any other parts of the cardstock because I remembered to use my Embossing Buddy this time. So there we go. All right. So what I always say is to make sure that you put your embossing powder back into your container before you turn your heat tool on, because you don't want to accidentally heat all of that excess embossing powder, because you'll be sad. It'll all melt and then you will have wasted it. So we use our little brush to sweep that all down into our little funnel and back into our container. There we go. And I'll just put the lid back on there so we're ready to go for the next one. So this set, the heat embossing set, is in the mini catalogue. If you haven't seen it, I'll show you that in a moment. I'll just heat this first and then I'll show you where to find it if you're looking for it. It comes as a complete set. So you get the tray, the brush, the tweezers, and the Embossing Buddy, which is awesome to get them all together as a set. So then you've got everything you need to get started with your heat embossing. Sorry, I'm trying to see this in the light. was holding it off camera there for a moment, but I was trying to just see in the light. It's a very fine font, and I don't have my glasses on. I took them off, so I can't see very well. Yep, I think that's heat embossed properly. Yep, okay. All right, there we go. So let me show you where to find that in the catalogue. So there is an index in the back, so you can find everything in the back of the catalogue in your index if you're looking for it. But the Embossing Additions Toolkit is on page 47. 40, oh no, wait on. 49, not 47, 49. See, told you I didn't have my glasses on. There it is. So there it is there. So you get the tray, the tweezers, the brush, and the Embossing Buddy. And all of that comes together for $47. So then, of course, you need your heat tool and your embossing powders, and you're good to go, ready to heat emboss. So check that out if you haven't got those tools already and you would like them. That's where you'll find them. All right, now I am going to trim this down, and I'm just going to use my eye. I'm going to trim it fairly close to the words, because I've only got a small space to fit the sentiment on my card. There we go. Look, I'm reverting back to my old ways of just marking things with pencil. Going back to the good old days. There we go. We just rub out that little pencil mark because I didn't quite cut on the pencil line, but that's okay. All right, so let's have a look at that now, how that will look. Now I haven't popped this on yet, so that's still just sitting there at the moment. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it? That stands out much better. Okay, great. Now, last decision to make. Well, second last, because we've still got bling to add. But I'm just wondering, do I ink around the edges or do I leave it plain? Ink around the edges or leave it plain? Oh, Nola said, yes, they're good when embossing. Yeah, they are, aren't they? And Deborah is very excited about the Embossing Buddy. Yay. Yes, I'm glad that Stampin' Up brought back the Embossing Buddy too, because I'd stopped using mine on camera because it wasn't available and I didn't want people to be frustrated when they couldn't purchase it. So I've gotten out of the habit of using mine, but now I'm glad that we can use it again. But now it just means I've got to get back into the habit of using it. So what do you think? Ink around the edges with a little bit of soft succulent perhaps, or leave it plain? Plain? Rose said plain, Glenda said plain. Just leave everything plain. Keep it all nice and clean. We have got nice straight edges on this one too, haven't we? Everything's nice and clean on this project. All right, I shall do as suggested and leave it plain then. So I'll go ahead and I'll attach my focal image and then we'll attach the sentiment. Alrighty, so that's going to go about there. This one is going to go about there. Plain edge, yep, plain edges. There we go. All right. Now let's see, do I want to pop that up as well? Yeah, I'll pop that one up on dimensionals too. I do like my sentiments popped up on dimensionals. Make them stand out a little bit, you know, and make sure that people read the sentiment that you are sending to them. Let's add an extra one in there just for good measure. Make sure we don't have any saggy bits. There we go. I'm making a little pile over here of my dimensional backings. I'll have to pop them in the bin afterwards. There we go. And let's put that, we can put it about level with the bottom of that banner there. There we go. How cute is that? Now the last thing to do is to add bling and then we are done. So it's actually quite a simple design. I mean, the hardest part was just making all the choices about the colors and the paper and all of that. But it's not really a difficult card to put together. Now I'm just having a look to see what we have. I think there's some sweet sorbet under the top here. If I can work out how to open the packet. Oh, I've cut the top off it. That's why. There we go. Ooh. No, they're not quite. They're a bit soft, aren't they? They're not really the right colour. Okay, let's change to the next sort. Let's see what else we've got. We have got, they're not right. Nope, 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 nope. We've got metallics. Maybe metallics. We'll see. And then in this one, so I keep all of my bling in these old stamp cases that Stampin' Up used to carry. They're wide stamp cases. Sadly, they don't carry them anymore, which is a shame because they were so great for storing all of the bling. Oh, you know what? Because this is linen and it's sort of like an old style retro. About pearls? Nah. Oh, no, maybe not pearls. So now we've got to decide what colour bling to use. No. Got bright red ones there, but they're a bit too bright red. Oh, we've got those ones. Oh, we've got black ones in these. What about some of those? We've also got black matte dots. No. Maybe. And then we've got our rhinestones, our basic rhinestones, which rhinestones are always my go-to. If you can never decide which bling to use, go back to rhinestones, the rhinestone basic jewels. They're always great. These ones might be good though. I think these ones, they're going to be too big. Maybe those or rhinestones. What are we thinking, peoples? Thinking not those ones. Thinking maybe these ones or these ones. So we've got the classic matte dots and we've actually got them. Oh, you know what? We have got these in vanilla and I think I've used very few of the vanilla. So how about if we use these ones? Use the vanilla ones of these and we could put them on the sweet sorbet. Oh, black to bring out the embossing, you think, Deborah? Oh, okay. So we've got, oh, where did they, oh, these black ones, these little ones. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that's a good choice too. We could put, how about if we did this? 1, 2 there, and oh, Nola said yes. Nola agrees. We could put 2 there, and where would we put the extra one? It's always hard to know where to put that third one. There? Or do you kind of lose it? Or just 2. Maybe we just need 2. Or maybe down here. Oh, there we go. How about that? What do you think? Oh, 3 in a line, you think, Deborah? Let's try 3 in a line. Oops. I might need them over a bit closer to the edge. I'll see if I can move that one up in the corner a bit more. There we go. I'll space them out a little bit more, hey? Sorry, I'm concentrating, trying to get these on without, like that. How about like that? Like that? 3 in a line, or did you like the 2 and the 1 on the sentiment? Yes? Oh, I'm getting some yeses. Rose, Navon, Rose and Nola all said yes. You like 3 in a row? Or do you like 2 and the 1 on the sentiment? What do you think? And then that's going to be it. We'll be finished. Yes, Deborah likes that with the 3 in a row. Okay. Great. All right, good. we shall go with that. Thank you everyone for your help. How cute is that? Oh, Navon said one on the bottom. You liked the one down there on the bottom? We'll see. What does everyone think? 3 or 2 and 1? 3 in a row or 2 and 1? I think they look like little buttons, don't they? They look like little typewriter buttons. Almost, but not really. But how cute did that turn out? It turned out really cute. And that was such an easy layout. We could, if we wanted to, I don't know if I will, but I was just thinking, leave it alone. Rose said leave it alone. Okay, leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. I shall. I don't think we've got room for this, but I was just wondering if we could fit a little knot bow there somehow on the edge. What do you think? To look like it's on that ribbon. Whoop. Should we add a little bow? Should we leave it plain? Nah, not there. If anywhere, it would have to go over there. No bow? It looks great. Okay, I'll leave it as it is. We'll stop fiddling. It's hard to know when to stop sometimes, isn't it? Oh, Beryl said no bow as well. Okay, we'll leave it as it is. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. How cute did that turn out? Thank you all for your help. That's so cute. Really cute. And all those patterns actually ended up working really well. And I think having the sweet sorbet and the vanilla just helped to break up all the pattern, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to flip the camera back up so that I can say goodbye to you all. So bear with me for one moment while I just do that. Here we go. We'll do a flippity flip. Oh, that was tight today. I had it done up really tight to make sure that it was not going to go anywhere. There we go. Okay, so let's flip these screens back again and hope that that flipped properly just then. All right, 2 secs. Hang on a minute. Here we go. All righty. Yay, it worked. Good. Let's adjust those lights a bit. They're a bit in my face. They're very bright in my eyes. There we go. Ah, that's worked out well. I really like it. It's so cute. Isn't that cute? Thank you all so much for helping me with that card. I think that turned out really awesome. So what do you think of that stamp set? Do you like it? It's cute, isn't it? So remember, I'll show you, I'll hold up the stamp set again so you can see the stamp set. So that's the stamp set and that's the card. So isn't it cute? Such a cute stamp set. So check that one out, the Forever Friendship. It's in the new mini catalogue if you haven't seen it before. And I really want to do something with the plants and with the cardigan as well. I think they're really cute. Not quite sure how I'd use the pennant, but if you have sport lovers, then that would work really well. Yeah, so, well actually, yeah, maybe I could use it for my husband's birthday. His birthday's in September and he's sports crazy. So maybe I can work out something to use that for him. But thank you all so much for being with me today, making our cute little card. Our little typewriter card. It turned out really cute. I'll have to make some more of those. I need some more thank you cards, so that's awesome. Oh, the DSP. The DSP is the, it's in the annual catalogue actually. I'll show you. It's the Lovely in Linen designer series paper. You can find it on page 133, but I think I didn't show you it in the catalogue actually, so thank you for pointing that out. So there it is there, that beautiful designer series paper. And it is part of, you can also find it on pages 24 to 25, because it is part of a suite, that designer series paper, which I don't think I mentioned that either before. It's part of the lovely In Linen suite, this one here. Yeah, so there's other coordinating product that go with that paper. So if you really love that paper, then there's a punch and a stamp set that coordinates as well. And which ribbon did they have with that? Did they have a ribbon? Oh, the Quatrefoil Tile Embossing Folder. That's what the coordinating product was as well, which I also have, which we also could have used today, but we didn't, because I wanted to use the time-worn type embossing folder, because I thought that went with the typewriter. So there you go. So that paper was out of the annual catalogue. Thanks for that question, Deborah. That was a great question. Now remember that, thank you everyone for all your lovely comments, and thank you so much for all helping me. Making those decisions sometimes is the hardest part, and I love that I have others to help me that I can ask, and yeah, and we can do those polls and get the most popular. So that's really fun when we do that all together. Remember that we've got Celebration at the moment, so with every order of $90 or more, you'll get to choose a product, a free product from the Celebration brochure. And remember that there is the joining offer at the moment as well. If you would love to join my wonderful stamping community, the Papercraft Gems, then we would love to have you. Feel free to get in contact with me for more questions about that. But if you join during Celebration, which is July and August 2022, you'll get that gorgeous planner, which I still have over here. You get this gorgeous planner as well, absolutely free when you join during Celebration, and you only pay $169 for the starter kit. You get to choose what you put in the starter kit up to the value of $235. You only pay $169, plus Stampin' Up will throw in this beautiful planner, plus they'll throw in some catalogs as well for you, and then you'll get to be part of our beautiful community. So I will pop all the links. I'll pop a joining link, a shopping link, and all the other links in the description of this video, both here on Facebook and on YouTube, because I will be uploading it to YouTube. And thank you to all of you who are watching over there on YouTube as well. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like what you see and you want to stay updated with all of my new videos as I upload them. And you can click on that bell icon so you get notified each time. And yeah, I'll put all the links there. Please feel free to follow me on my other social media channels as well. I'll pop all those links there for you too, so that you can stay up to date with everything that's happening. So I hope you all have a beautiful week. I hope that you all stay well and warm in the cool weather too. Here in Australia, it's been very cold. So yeah, stay warm, stay well, have a great week, and try and get some crafting in your week this week if you can, as into your week this week if you can as well. But I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday at 4 p.m. Watch out for my upcoming classes. I'll be announcing another class later this week, so watch out for that. And until I see you again next time, happy crafting everyone. Bye.